Explain to me now what you were thinking about the Mike Tyson situation. Shortly after the verdict was announced that he had been convicted, he was guilty of the crime, you had a plan. Now, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I was thinking that as soon as he gets out, he's going to fight at my casinos.
Yeah, but you can't buy your way through.
Of course, I'm only kidding when I say that, folks.
He obviously was not kidding, though. Mike Tyson's fight with Leon Spinks took place at the Atlantic City Convention Hall under the banner, as you see at the top of the broadcast, Trump Plaza. Donald paid, per the LA Times in 1988, a record site fee of $11 million. The convention hall is attached to the plaza, or at least was.
Mike Tyson was greeted at his door at 1 o'clock in the morning by a woman. He then...
Well, we don't need to go through the case again.
It's ridiculous. The woman was dancing at 8 o'clock, and this guy's in jail for 6 years. I don't understand it. I think it's wrong. I think he
but due process of law prevailed. So that
I think
you
he had one of the worst defense lawyers I have ever seen. This was the worst defense. I mean, their defense essentially was that anybody that goes out with Mike Tyson knows she's going to be raped, and therefore Mike Tyson... This is his defense. I think it was a horrible job they did in defending him.
Everything you say may be true, but still in all, you can't come in and say, okay, let's put the decision of the court aside. Here, I have a plan.
I never said that.
I think that was the impression people had of that.
What I said really is that Mike Tyson should fight. Mike Tyson should supply millions and millions and millions of dollars to rape victims, and I think that's a hell of a lot better than him sitting in a jailhouse for 6 years. Now, let him do some time, let him do some this, but this man could supply $30 million just from one fight. And that solves a lot more problems than keeping him locked up in solitary confinement doing nothing.
Notice what he pivots to. Use charity in order to better your image and reputation, essentially as a shield, and only at the end of the day care about money. The man has not changed because this is how he sees the world. He wants to delegitimize the court. He saw how he could make less money, and what he tried to do back then was delegitimize the decisions that the courts made as it pertained to somebody that could inflate his net worth that much more so he could make more dollars and cents, like a Mike Tyson. And you're seeing it right now with the rollout of Project 2025. What is the best way for them to carry out their agenda and him to make more? Delegitimize the courts. He's telling us what he believes in. And not only that, this way of trying to frame certain arguments and go to bat for his people in the media has been a staple of his for many, many years.
I think that Mike Tyson had a horrible defense. I think
but again, what you're saying is that celebrities maybe should be treated differently than lay people.
No way. How could that be?
I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and he was married.
It's huge news, Sarah.
I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the I can do anything.
Case in point here, the Access Hollywood tape. So what was Donald Trump defending his pal Mike Tyson from? First, let's go back in time and recall this.
Robin, some of the things that we've read, that he's hit you, that he's chased you and your mother around in Russia, that Mike has a very volatile temper. True?
Extremely volatile temper. I think people see that about every 3 months. He's got a side to him that's scary. Michael is intimidating, to say the least. I think that there's a time when he cannot control his temper, and that's frightening to me.
The New York Times would print in October of 1988 that Iron Mike Tyson was out of control, per their sources. He was manic depressive with mood swings. His abuse of Robin Givens was, well, at first verbal, then it turned physical. She, along with 2 others they were with at a hotel in Moscow, fled their rooms to get away from the champ. He chased them and would even threaten Russian militiamen. After just 8 months of marriage, actress Robin Givens would would divorce Iron Mike Tyson. Then in the early 90s, Tyson was in the state of Indiana as Black Expo was set to host the Miss Black America pageant during its summer celebration. He would invite Desiree Washington, Miss Black Rhode Island, to his hotel room. The following day, she went to the emergency room claiming to have been a victim of rape. He'd go to trial, be found guilty on 1 count of rape and 2 counts of criminal deviant conduct. An appeal led by, guess who, lawyer of last resort Alan Dershowitz was unsuccessful, wrote Evan West. Tyson would serve 3 years of a 6-year sentence. It's rather ironic or not that Alan Dershowitz would represent somebody like Mike Tyson in his appeal, because we know what the Dersh has done or tried to do, including when he was serving as counsel around that time for one Jeffrey Epstein. And he actually wrote an op-ed about consent and R word and the age limit of what would constitute R word. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Google is there for you. So am I surprised that all of these people are just so interconnected? No, I am not surprised. But what I go back to, and I know I've talked about this a few times, Donald Trump has not changed over the years. All he follows is the money. That's it. As I alluded to previously, somebody that he was in business with, Mike Tyson, who was the biggest name in sports at the time. For example, when Donald Trump put on that fight between Michael Spinks and Mike Tyson, which was a test for Mike Tyson, there's no doubt about it. Many were saying he couldn't even be the heavyweight champ until he beat and dethroned Spinks. Trump just saw it as hurting his pocket. That's why he continued to go to bat for someone like Tyson. And he's even told Leslie Stahl and others that he will degrade you. He will go after you. He will minimize your efforts at every single turn, because what he wants to do is get the public on his side. He's done that once again, and he's going to continue doing it, because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature.
Yeah.
The hair's like going, good night, Donald. Good night, Donald. There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Don Jr.'s on coke.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
Used to see these tackles, now they tackle. Oh, head-on-head collision. Bing, flag, footballs become soft.
You have Trump doing sound effects for tackles. The choice could not be more clear. Like, let's not beat around the bush about it.